Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 15.4, Problem 9. This is Section 15.4, Problem 9. We have the definite integral of 3x plus 1 in parentheses times x plus 5 in parentheses dx from 7 to 5. So to solve a problem like this, I have to clear the parentheses. I have to do out the FOIL, simplify, and then I can actually do the integral. So before I start the integral, so it's still going to be the definite integral from 7 to 5. Let me multiply 3x times x will be 3x squared. 3x times 5 will be 15x. Then 1 times x will be 1x. And then 1 times 5 will be 5. So now I have a couple of like terms in the middle, the 15x and the 1x, that I can combine and make a 16x. So I have the definite integral from 7 to 5 of 3x squared plus 16x plus 5 dx. So I haven't even started the integral yet. So this is now written in a form where I can actually solve the integral. I had to clear the parentheses. So now the 3x squared, that'll have an integral of 3 over 3x to the 3. And then the 16x, there's no exponent written on the x, but you can assume it's a first power, 16x to the first. So when I do the integral, it'll be 16 over 2x to the 2. And the 5 will have an integral of 5x. And there is a plus c. I don't bother to write the plus c with a definite integral because it will always cancel no matter what. So let's simplify a few of the parts. So 3 over 3x cubed is 1x cubed, or simply just x cubed. The 16 over 2x squared can be written as 8x squared, and then the 5x can stay 5x. So that's my answer in simplified form for the first step of a 4-step process. And I put a long vertical line to the right of that, and I put my limits of integration in, 7 for the upper limit and 5 for the lower limit. So that finishes step 1. Now I'm ready to move on to step 2. Step 2 is put in the upper limit of integration where you have a variable and see what you get as an answer. So x cubed will become 7 cubed. 8x squared will become 8 times 7 squared. And then 5x, or 5 times x, will become 5 times 7. So now we have to do the math. 7 cubed is 7 times 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49, times 7 again is 343. Now, 8 times 7 squared, so do the 7 squared first. 7 squared is 49, 7 times 7. Then 49 times the 8 in front is 392. Plus 5 times 7 is 35. So now you can add 343 plus 392 plus 35. So 343 plus 392, that's going to be 735, and I still have another 35 to add. 735 plus another 35 is 770. So that's the end of step 2. I put in the upper limit of integration into my answer, did the math, and I got a result of 770. Step 3, put in the lower limit of integration for my variable and see what I get. So start with x cubed, put in a 5. So x cubed becomes 5 cubed. Then I have 8x squared. I put in a 5 for x, will become 8 times 5 squared. And then finally 5x, or 5 times x, will become 5 times 5. So 5 cubed, 5 times 5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, times the third 5 is 125. And now 5 squared times 8. So 5 squared, 5 times 5 is 25. I'm going to have 8 times 25. 8 times 25 is 200. And then on the end, 5 times 5 is 25. So 125 plus 200 is 325. 325 plus another 25 is 350. So that's the answer for step 3. When I put in my lower limit of integration for my variable, did the math, I got a result of 350. The final step, step 4, subtract the result from step 2, which is 770, minus the result from step 3, which is 350. And if I do that subtraction, 770 minus 350 will be 420 for a final answer.